the best place to meditate is actually a familiar place, a space that you have made sacred. Meditation is not just about silence; it's about safety. You can't truly relax or even open up and even drop into presence if your body still feels like it has to be alert. No. That's why the environment in which you meditate is just as important as the practice itself. We often talk about clearing the mind, but you can't clear the mind if your nervous system feels unsettled. And your nervous system, it settles when it's in a space it knows, a familiar space, repetitive, safe, sacred. And here is why familiarity matters in meditation. A familiar space is like a cue to the body. You've been here before. You're safe. You can let go now. And then the brain builds associative memory with the environments. That's why when you walk into your office, you feel ready to work. Or when you enter a gym, your body switches into training mode. Similarly, when you consistently meditate in the same space, your body remembers to soften. Your breath deepens more quickly. Your thoughts settle with less resistance. You're not using energy to scan the room. You're not negotiating with discomfort. You're just arriving, and you are arriving fully. Safety is the foundation of stillness. For meditation to do its real work, to invite stillness, to invite awareness, emotional release, or even spiritual connection, your body must feel unthreatened. If you're constantly distracted, watching your back or even adjusting your posture because the space feels off, that's not meditation, that's performance. A safe space doesn't just protect you from external noise, it holds you internally. The more you return to this space, the more it becomes a mirror of your inner state. It holds emotional residue, your insights, your stillness. Over time, it begins to feel like home. Not just externally, but internally too. So, when life is loud and your mind is restless, you don't just go somewhere at a quiet. You return to your sacred space and then to yourself. You don't need a mountaintop to meditate. You need a space that your body trusts. Because the deeper you want to go inward, the safer you need to feel outward. And the more consistently you return to the same sacred place, the more your spirit will begin to meet you there. My people, heal. Heal.